Hey, Mr. Lindo. Hey, everyone. I wanted to talk about a recent interview I had recently that's been circulating. If you guys didn't know, I interviewed the Delroy Lindo and referred to him as an emerging artist. He checked me on it. He said, "Hey, I'm not an emerging artist. I've been doing this for years." And I apologized right after and wanted to reemphasize my apology and say, Mr. Lindo, my apologies to you for that disrespectful remark, and to everyone, really. I had truly no ill intent and did not mean any disrespect towards you or your career. And I had a poor choice of words, got a bit nervous and a little bit hyped up in the moment type of feeling on my end, and truly on me. So just wanted to reemphasize my apology for the question. I was trying to refer to, like, this recent chapter of his, in terms of getting like a SAG nomination, a Critics' Choice nomination, and like being at the time a top 5 Oscar, likely candidate. And just poor phrasing on my end of, like, trying to really hype him up, but it just was jargoned off on my end. So wanted to reemphasize my apology. And then secondly, I wanted to talk about the improvement that is needed on my end. When going into these situations or these opportunities or these scenarios, I need to have a better framework of how I approach this, right? And so I had, like, for instance, like our interviews, I had a topic in mind. So Oscar nomination was one of them, and then Sinners was one of them, and like the cinematic importance it had in 2025, right? So those are the two topics in mind. But I got to figure out and go back to the drawing board of, hey, how do I get a solid introduction, a solid body of this framework to better approach these artists, right? And so that's like the preparation I need on my end of, like, understanding before going into these opportunities and getting better. And so it also is articulating my words better, my phrases, my wording. All of that needs to be done well, and it may take time to do that. It may take some, like, doing more of it or less of it. I'm not too sure, but like that's the path I need to take in order to improve in this field, if I want to go down on it. And so really, I made the post first off. It was in relation to the Oscar nomination, because my question, and I posted it knowingly, with all the edits of, like, hey, this is super cringe, and like, hey, this is a mistake I made.